Om Ganeshaya Nama. This reading is for the sign of Pisces. So if you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in the sign of Pisces, this reading is for you. As usual, take what resonates, let go of the rest. The messages that are meant for you, you're going to know within that they are meant for you. The ones that don't resonate, don't make it resonate. Don't try to force it to resonate. Use your discernment. Maybe the messages that don't resonate with you are meant for someone else. So yeah, definitely use discernment. We start with the significator of the entire reading and see what kind of month you're going to be having. So we have the Hierophant here, Hierophant reversed. So a lot of traditions are being broken. You are being asked to move to away from that. Maybe you are sort of in situations where all of this is being tested, where the norms of society, the norms of your family, the way things move usually, or the things that you have done, or the way the things that you used to do is being challenged because the universe is trying to show you new ways of doing things. Astrologically speaking, it is quite heavy. It's quite, energetically, so many changes happening, and there are massive generational changes that are happening because of the big planets involved. So a lot of your mindsets is going to be affected, and it's going to be, you're going to be pushed to change that, because a lot of the things that we have, like it's like the software that we have on our phones, all of which is, sometimes it gets outdated and needs to be updated. So a new iOS update comes in, and you need to download that. You need to, as the world moves, as you learn new things, as you experience life, as you grow spiritually and in terms of your soul, as you grow physically, you're going to be, needing to upgrade the principles. Maybe something that you thought to be true before is not true anymore. And with Pisces people, the issue is that you can create this false world, or you can create this image where everything is hunky-dory, where everything is seen from, rose colored glasses, where it feels like everything is so amazing, everything is so beautiful, and you try to create that own image, and you create your own world which might be very far from reality. And that is often done to, because of fear of seeing truth, because sometimes the truth is scary, sometimes the truth is dark and it's difficult, but the truth is the only thing that will free you. Literally, that is the only one thing that can free you, and that has to be given priority over everything else. So a lot of situations relating to your family or ancestry, maybe the culture that you're in, maybe the religion that you follow, all of which might have outdated things that do not apply to you, that do not is not aligned to the person that you're becoming, but you are maybe are forced to follow that because you belong to a certain community, or maybe you belong to a certain, society or family, because of which you're being forced to do that. So uh, it's really important that you do not delude yourself into just blindly following like sheep. And we had that sheep card here. We have the sheep card here. So I thought this came in. It's a good card. The message here is good, but then it's very interesting in the way it has actually shown up. It says act with fortitude and cooperation, but in truth, here it has come that do not become a sheep. The sheep spirit is here to teach you that don't just be sheep. Be willing to forge your own path. The the plans that you have seen, visions about the future, about where you want to go in your life, about what you want to do, about how you want things to be. So that needs to be seen with groundedness. It has to not be, this movie, Disney movie, that you look at and you feel like, that's how, like, it has to be picture perfect, because that is something, that's the shadow side of Pisces. Imagination is a great power, but then it can be used in a shadow way, where you are just, fantasizing and living in fantasy world and living in your own bubble, instead of seeing what the true reality is. Because there can be people around you, maybe the people that you're with, maybe the person that you're in a relationship with. It could be a man, because of gender, like maybe if you're a woman and you like men, and vice versa, whatever it can be. Um Tarot does not differentiate in terms of gender. It talks about energy. So it potentially could be a man that you are with or that you're in a relationship with, and that person not aligned to you. That person may be not the right one for you, but you are with them because it's possible, because of traditions, because of family, because now you have spoken to your family and you are stuck in a particular spot which you can't get out of. Or maybe you are stuck in the comfort zone, or maybe you're seeing things too good, or you're seeing things with rose colored glasses where you feel like this person is amazing, but then in truth they are just here to give you lessons. They're here to teach you about balance. Maybe you're now going to be pouring too much into them, maybe you already are, or maybe if it's just a beginning, or if it's just something that started recently, it could then lead to a disbalance in terms of energy exchange, and in terms of how you show up in the relation. Maybe you show up more than them. Pisces people obviously often they just go all out in love. Love is everything, because Venus is exalted in Pisces, because of which Pisces love, and they can go often overboard in terms of showing affection, in terms of showing love to the person that their partner or the family or anyone that they love for that matter. And that creates and puts them in a situation where they are not being taken care of in the same way that they are giving. So now you need to see how is your past patterns stopping you from experiencing life and stopping you from actually moving on, when you know that this person that you're with is not aligned with you, or the situation that you're with is not aligned with you, and it's not a situation of love. It could also connect to work, and maybe the work that you're doing currently, it does not fulfill you, does not bring you happiness, and it's not the kind of creative flowy avenue that you like to usually have. Maybe it's not that, and you're fallen out of love, but you're still continuing because that is something that and it's difficult for you to move on. But it is so important that you move on. This is 8 of Cups here. Whatever you have built, whatever you've invested, it's time to move on and move away from that. And this could also be relating to that person. Maybe that person is not aligned to you. It may feel like everything is hunky-dory and it's amazing and everything is beautiful, and this person is saying the right thing, and everything is going right and things are falling into place, but then that person might not actually be for you. You have to really go within and true to your heart and see whether that person is actually is someone that you can see yourself and see that person grow in the same capacity as you. Of course everyone's journey is different and nobody's going to be equal all the time, but at least that direction that they're growing in is same, because it's possible that you are someone who is more spiritual versus that person is more materialistic. So you guys might grow, but it's going to be in very different directions. You're going to grow spiritually more powerful, you're going to become more intuitive and more, maybe your healing abilities develop, maybe you start to embrace your feminine side more and all of that. But then it's possible that this person that you're with is going in a different direction. This person is more materialistic, and it's more about he's more like the King of Pentacles. He's more all about accumulating things. He's all about just having stuff more and more and more. He or she, there's no gender here. Take however it resonates and however you feel like. Maybe the trajectory of both these people, both of you are not aligned. So you really have to make a decision, and it can be very difficult to do that because of the time invested and all the effort that has been put by you and by everyone there, and the investment of people there. So it's kind of hard, because sometimes they're going to see you as a villain, and they're going to see that you are acting crazy and all of that. But your peace is the most important thing. So feel free to walk away from any situation that affects your peace. That is that is not even negotiable. You have to just move away from it. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. So it's possible that you need some time out to away from social media, away from generally just being socializing with people. Maybe the people that you socialize with do not fulfill you anymore, or maybe they're way too surface level, that are more interested in gossiping about people, or they're saying bad about people, and they just talk about the most mundane useless things, and that just drains you. So it's time to be a little introverted, to be at home to let yourself be replenished so that you can refill yourself, refuel yourself, and you can show up in a better way, because Pisces are extremely intuitive, and their energy center and their aura and their radar is very powerful, and they can catch up things in their surroundings. So all of the energies of people, like it's a radar that is constantly calculating and constantly getting information from the environment. So if you are with people that have heavy energy and that quote unquote negative energy, then that's going to affect you. That's going to bring your energy down. And if they are in a very bad space in a particular point of time, they are going to rub off on you, and it's very difficult for you to not take up their energy because of how empathetic you are, and that just burdens you. So you need to maybe stay away from them, be introverted, be by yourself, so that you can also understand more about yourself, be in contemplation, meditation, mindfulness, do all of those activities, and move away, so you can recharge yourself, because prioritization is very important. You need to balance out things. All the different areas of your life need to be balanced in some way or the other. So see, where are you pouring too much of your life in? Because of you pouring so much in your life in, it is stressing you out, and that's why you need to make sure that you're not just juggling hundreds of things on your plate. Like, taking too much on your plate is going to stress you out, and it's going to make you very unsettled. So healthy, like emotional health is of extreme importance to you, and it needs to be maintained. Otherwise, with the Knight of Wands reversed here, there could be all sorts of agitation, there could be all sorts of anger showing up. You could just burst out on people. Maybe you could just be suppressing things, and that just explodes and it just comes out in a big way. So it's really important so that you are not rash, so that you're not rashly taking decisions. This can also relate to the people that you are with. Maybe you just rashly decided to do something, like take the relationship to the next step, or maybe you just went into it too soon. So that also needs to be taken care of, because that is definitely unsettling you and adding to the drama that you already have in your life. So yeah, emotional regulation is very important. Your mind could be currently causing a lot of issues to you, which is Knight of Swords reversed. That is, swords stand for the mind. So maybe your mind is all over the place. You're stressing about certain things, stressing about the future, maybe stressing about the past. Oftentimes, see, this also represents another male figure. Maybe some male figure in your life is causing you unnecessary stress. So you need to see that. And there has been Knight of Cups reversed, Knight of Swords reversed. So all of that has come reversed. So potentially a male figure that is causing a lot of issues. It could be a partner, but it can also be a female figure, because even women that have high masculine energy could show up as the knights in tarot. So you need to see, you need to discern and find out what is there is. But generally, it is your thoughts that are going all over the space, like it's going all over the place, bouncing around and making you stress about things. So you need to get that in control. You have to do practices that center you: yoga, meditation, mindfulness, just walking in nature, disconnecting from social media. Also, that came with you becoming more introverted, cutting out the interaction that you have with people that generally are very draining. We have Six of Wands reversed. Potentially, there could be issues and conflicts at the workspace. You being involved with certain leaders, maybe people that are at authority positions at work, or any other place that you are, any institution, wherever you do. There could be conflicts that come up, the conflicts that show up. Maybe your ideologies are different, because we have the Hierophant reversed here. So talks about ideologies, and maybe the style of leadership is very dictatorial. Yeah, that's the word. Maybe like they like to rule by just completely taking everything in control and telling you to what to do, and because of which you could have conflicts and clashes. They might ask you to do things just because they've asked you to do it and just because they're at a higher position. So you need to now see that maybe those people that showed up in there could also mean that there is people that you are working with. Maybe there could be a partner, it could be like business partner, it could be at work, uh, and very interesting, it can be also both. Who knows that some of you guys could be in relation with your co-workers, and it could also have a romantic angle and something like that coming up, because we have the Aquarius card here, which talks about either the people that are watching have Aquarius placements, or it could give an insight into the kind of people that you are with and interacting with. And we have the sixth house here with sustainability. Sixth house is about work. Sixth house is also about, it's also about enemies that could be there potentially. So now enemies you have to not take it can be in a brutal way, but it can also mean that these conflicts that are happening, that these people are acting in a very enemy sort of way, so acting with animosity, that they have no consideration, that they just want their way to be done. So potentially that could, right. Sixth house is also about conflicts, like there could be struggles that show up. So you really need to take care of your health. Sixth house is also about health, routine. So yeah, you need to take care of these things and make sure that these issues that are there is not hyping up hyping up the symptoms that are showing up because of all of these issues. Like, because when we think too much, we stress too much, and we are involved in conflicts, that manifests as issues in our body. So all the diseases that we have, all of the minor to minor issues can always be traced back to some of the other psychological or energetic disturbances that we have in our life. So there are certain books which you can read where you can find out. I can't remember exactly their name right now, but Louis Hay had one. So in that you can see the symptoms that you're going through, difficulty you're going through. You can see what the energetic reason for that is, and then once you find that out, once you get aware, you can start working on them. So yeah, be careful of your health, because the sixth house card coming there, talking about strength. So here, not letting the animal side of you take control, not just bursting out in anger, not letting the animal side of us is the one that is full of desires, that wants things, that just wants to consume, has lust and all of these things. So we need to control that part, not in a very brutal or a forceful way, but you can see that this person who's in controlling, she's slowly closing the mouth of the lion. The lion is very calm around her. So that's how we get things in control. That's how we control the animal side of us, so that we are not ruled by our impulses. Because there can be conflict coming up and showing up, and it makes a lot of sense, because Pisces has been very activated for quite a while, because Saturn was moving through your sign, and plus recently in this month or so there has been so much movement happening. The North Node also has moved into Pisces, so naturally it's natural that there is a lot of heat coming up. There's a lot of agitation boiling up, because the North Node or Rahu could have that sort of effect. Then we have the Empress. This is the position that you are trying to get to, where you are creative, where you're in flow with your creative energy, where you take care of yourself, you nurture yourself, where you are a divine mother, where you think of yourself as the mother of the cosmos. It's interesting, as in when we step into that idea of being a mother, we take care and we don't harm anything. We don't harm anyone else. We don't harm the environment. We don't harm the animals. We don't harm nature. We don't harm water. We don't harm all insects. We don't harm anything when we see ourselves and step into that mother energy. And this is not just related to women. That's also about men. Like, you also could be mothers. So when you step into that archetype, you have a very deep respect and love for everything that's around you, everything that is in nature. So you're going to act accordingly, act in that way. So it's time to step into that. It's time to focus on the creative side of you. Maybe paint, maybe do artwork, all of these different things that, fulfill you, fulfill your soul, and bring you happiness. It's time to go to that. And just, it can help you just decompress. Then we have the goat here. This is very interesting. Goat says, act from your innate wisdom. Pisces are full of wisdom. They are the last sign of the zodiac, so it is said that they are a culmination of all the zodiac signs in one. So you can understand the wisdom that would be there in that sign, where all of the different sign wisdom is compiled into one. So you have to act from there. You already know it within. You have that deep knowing. That's the power that you have been blessed by your ruler planets, which is Jupiter and New Neptune, both of which give you this ability. Now is a fun part where you can ask two questions, and I'm going to give an answer to that. Where I have two cards here, and I'm going to read out. So think of two questions. You can pause this and think of two questions, and then listen to this. So this will be related to that particular situation. So you have to use discernment and find out in the way it is related to it. Okay, so let's go. First one, whatever you have asked, the answer is listen to your intuition. This is the time to choose and witness many of the illusions in your day-to-day life. Letting go of old paradigms and reactions to the aspects perpetrated by your ego mind, you set the flow of a new wave of liberation for yourself. Fear is one aspect that hugely impacts this and will block your intuition. Tune into your heart as its desires for some intuitive prompts. So yeah, whatever you're asking for, whatever the situation that you asked for, you need to listen to your intuition because it's trying to give you answers, and you need to create prompts for it. Like you need to rephrase and ask in a different way. Drop the question in a different way. You don't have to immediately look for answers. This is an amazing meditation that you can do. When you close your eyes, you drop that question and you repeat it a few times, and you just let it go. You do not try to logically come up with an answer. You have to just drop the question and just let it be, and eventually you might automatically see certain things popping up. Certain things automatically popping up. So that's where you might get the answer or the inspiration to look at a different place. Then for the second one, let's go. What's the second question? Okay, interesting. This one I like it. Second one is romantic partner. An important person who is very special to you is or has appeared in your life. This relationship has been divinely sent to you. This is the romance you have been waiting for. Remember, like any other relationship, what we put in will return back to us. Be present in this relationship. It's been given to us to help in our spiritual growth. There may be ups and downs, but don't let that deter you or shake your confidence. So that is very interesting that has come. So that could be, there were some people that were talking about, it could be a partner that was talking about that is not aligned. Maybe there's another aligned one that has showed up in your timeline. So maybe it's time to make a move for them. Maybe it's time, it can be also about the person that I was talking about. It depends on the question that you asked though, but I was just generally saying based on what the cards came before. So I hope the messages resonated and please like, share, subscribe and comment. It really helps me, and it really helps to push the videos to different people so that they can get the messages that is there in this reading. And thank you so much. I truly appreciate everything, and I'll catch you in the next reading.